The atmosphere was heavy with emotion, yet filled with deep respect and admiration as the world gathered to honor a true pioneer. What unfolded at Afrika Bambaataa's funeral wasn't just a goodbye, it was a powerful reminder of a legacy that shaped music, culture, and generations. But it was one moment in particular that left everyone stunned: Jazzy Jay's tribute. As mourners filled the space, there was a quiet understanding that this was more than a funeral. It was a celebration of a revolutionary life. Afrika Bambaataa, often called the godfather of hip-hop culture, wasn't just an artist. He was a visionary who brought together music, unity, and movement. From the early days of the Bronx to global recognition, his influence stretched far beyond beats and rhymes. The ceremony began with heartfelt speeches from close friends, family members, and fellow pioneers who stood side by side with him during the birth of hip-hop. Each story painted a vivid picture of a man who believed in peace, unity, love, and having fun, the very principles that built the foundation of a worldwide culture. There were tears, but there were also smiles, as memories of laughter and inspiration filled the room. But then came the moment that changed everything. When Jazzy Jay stepped forward, the room fell completely silent. Known as one of the original architects of hip-hop alongside Bambaataa, Jazzy Jay didn't just speak, he connected. His voice carried both strength and emotion as he reflected on decades of friendship, brotherhood, and shared dreams. He didn't just talk about Afrika Bambaataa the legend, he spoke about Afrika Bambaataa the man. He described late nights, early struggles, and the unbreakable bond they formed while building something the world had never seen before. His words were raw, honest, and deeply personal. At one point, his voice cracked, and for a brief moment, the weight of the loss became almost unbearable. You could feel it in the air. Everyone in that room was holding onto every single word. Jazzy Jay reminded everyone that Afrika Bambaataa's impact wasn't just about music. It was about giving young people a voice, creating a safe space for expression, and turning pain into art. He spoke about how Bambaataa saw potential where others saw nothing, and how he dedicated his life to lifting others up. As his tribute continued, something incredible happened. The sadness slowly began to transform into celebration. Heads started nodding, people whispered memories to each other, and there was a renewed sense of pride in being part of something bigger than themselves. Jazzy Jay didn't just mourn his friend, he reignited his spirit in everyone present. The tribute ended with a powerful message that Afrika Bambaataa's legacy will never fade. It lives on in every beat, every dance, every voice that dares to be heard. The room erupted into applause, not just for Jazzy Jay, but for the life they had all come to honor. By the end of the service, one thing was clear. This wasn't the end of a story, it was the continuation of a legacy that refuses to be forgotten. Afrika Bambaataa may be gone, but his influence will echo through time, carried forward by those he inspired. And as people slowly left the venue, there was a shared feeling that they hadn't just attended a funeral. They had witnessed history, emotion, and a tribute so powerful it will never be forgotten.